silver, ruby, and our golden anniversaries. So this is the first time that I've been able to acknowledge Mary's many qualities. Sorry, I forgot. Many qualities and virtues. However, she vetoed the litany that I'd prepared for you. Now this is very disappointing because I could have spent 20, 30, 40 minutes regaling you with all these qualities and of course including the praise for praising her for the way in which she provides for me and looks after me and cares for me. I know you would have been riveted. You would have been riveted, especially when I got to the bit about ironing the shirts and things of that nature. A sort of sad note, as far as we're aware, only 8 other persons, that is other than the 2 of us, were able to, are still alive today, who had attended our wedding in 1957. But the good thing is that we're still in touch with them, and each of them has sent us their best wishes and their congratulations, as has Her Majesty the Queen, thanks to Emma, and His Holiness the Pope. Thanks to Mary, I suppose. Just like everything else. Thanks to Mary. Thanks to Mary. Regrettably, I've forgotten what I was going to say. Yeah, due to health, geography, and other commitments, none of them were able to be with us this afternoon. As you might expect, the great highlights of our marriage were in 1971 and 1972 with the arrival of our 2 wonderful children. Emma and David. Now you shouldn't get emotional, it shouldn't worry if I get emotional because I'm one of those people who can have tears in their eyes when Arsenal score. That happened twice today. Or a British athlete comes fourth and nearly wins a medal. So, if I have the odd tear or something like that, it's relatively meaningless.
That's not fair.
Anyway, they have been, and I say this as sincere as I can, the most caring and loving any parent could wish for. And of course, as you might also expect, the other undoubted highlights were the arrival of our 6 grandsons, who came steadily every 2 years, some few years ago. These 2 gentlemen, Ben and Ollie, Emma's boys, and David and Bethan had 4, Noah, Eddie, Rocco and Toby. And for us, there's no doubt that Emma, David and the boys have been the mainstay of our existence and given real meaning to our lives. Now, David, Bethan and their boys, they're living in Chicago at the present time, but they did fly over in July of this year when we had a greater family party. And that was the first time both of our families in England, I'm ignoring Ireland for the purposes of this, only for the purposes of this, this is the first time they'd actually got together, and this was some 30 odd people because we were a small family and it was at Burr Hill and nearly as good as this today. But anyway, it was perhaps a bit premature, but we thought worth the gamble, and it was a great success. So then, when I was drafting that and trying to say it, I hadn't known that David was going to fly in at 7 o'clock this morning. Initially, I thought he was after more air miles, but it appears he spent air miles getting here. Anyway, 60 years, as some of you will know, is a long time. And although it passed quickly, not all of those years have been plain sailing. I've lost nearly 50 yards on my drive. My swing has completely gone to pot.
Excuse me. Nothing to do with us.
Well, I was going to go on about the salmons. Anyway, the problems, mostly illnesses, have been overcome for the most part, and certainly appear to be uncontrolled, even if Mary now would come under the heading, a military heading of walking wounded, but she copes, what I was going to say, manfully. But time has treated the two of us somewhat differently. Whilst I don't recognise the old bugger that I shave every morning, Mary has hardly changed at all. She's virtually unchanged. For the most part. She's the same height. She's only gained a pound or two. Amazingly, she still has her own hair. Astonishingly and miraculously, it hasn't gone grey. On the other hand, as she likes to think of me, her 6 foot, I was going to say erect, but I was worried that might be misunderstood, so straight-backed guardsman is barely recognisable. Her Adonis, that's also me. It may not be obvious, but every morning I get the impression that that's the situation. So. Anyway, nearly. You're supposed to be on my side. Anyway, so this Adonis, nearly bald, 3 inches shorter than once he was, somewhat overweight or heavier. And I try to convince Mary, not every day, but fairly regularly, that the 10 inches on the waist compensates for the 3 inches that I've lost with the other eye. But like many other things I talk to Mary about, it's treated with derision.
Sorry, Terry.
Anyway, on the whole, we've been remarkably fortunate, really very, very lucky. Blessed, one might say. A lovely family, wonderful friends and neighbours. They are fantastic, in fact. And our downsizing 2 years ago, when at the age of 80 we moved from 2 floors to 3, probably the height of optimism, has been very successful. But that was entirely due to the fact that when one of us was having serious trouble coping with a house packed full of new technology, well, a kitchen anyway, if it hadn't been for Emma being there morning, noon and night time too, it might have been a total disaster, in addition to which I'd have probably gone hungry. So that even though time and age are taking their toll, we enjoy acceptable health, again, for the most part, so we're very lucky. This there are many people, many younger than us and of our generation, who at this particular time are having a very difficult time with their health and things of that nature. So as I've said, we consider ourselves lucky and grateful for our lot. Now, when opening our many cards, for which thank you, some of them were for our golden wedding anniversary. And we don't want anybody who might have been responsible for them to feel that we're getting at you or concerned or hurt in any way. Mary assumed that you all felt that she, and therefore myself, that we were too young to have a silver wedding anniversary. A diamond wedding anniversary, 60 years, so we took it as a compliment. When David arrived from America this morning, he claims that he just couldn't miss an event such as this, which is understandable in one sense, but we've got the impression he came over to apologise personally for his card. there's just one other thing, and that is that it won't mean much to you because you won't be able to see it, but a beer mat popped out of one of our cards, and we thought we'd share it with you. We think it's probably appropriate, not just for us, but for most of you. Oh, sorry, some of you. And the legend reads, "It's great to find that one special person you want to annoy for the rest of your life." It made us laugh, so we thought we'd share it with you, as I said earlier. And thanks to Jill and Laurie sitting over there. I think it was nasty and malicious.
But funny.
And maybe just a little bit too close to home. Not for us. Not for us, but I wondered whether it was some form of confession. But anyway, we want to thank you not just for joining us this afternoon to mark and celebrate this occasion, or the occasion 2 or 3 days ago, but to thank you for your friendship, your hospitality over the years, and it's a bit much when you've got to look at the notes and remember what you're thanking people for. And just to tell you, it's all been much appreciated. So thank you very much.
Well done.